Photoshop has another tool for changing the amount of saturation in your images besides the hue saturation adjustment layer. But first, I'm going to show you what the hue saturation adjustment layer can do, and that is it can really oversaturate your image. So if I take the saturation slider and I move it all the way to the right, you can see that I can saturate these colors to 100%. And there are some cases when I might want to do this, but in this case, it is not the effect that I'm after, because what's happening is everything that was somewhat saturated in the original image is now getting pushed to the same saturation level, which is completely oversaturated. So I'm going to tap the delete key, and that's going to delete that adjustment layer, and I'm going to add the Vibrance adjustment layer. Now, the nice thing about Vibrance, as well as the saturation slider on the Vibrance panel, is that these are relative sliders. So when I use the saturation slider here and move it to 100%, you can see it's still not adding as much saturation as the hue saturation adjustment layer. But for me personally, it's still adding too much. So I'm going to reset that by double-clicking on the word saturation. And then I'm going to use the Vibrance slider instead. Now you can see even if I go up to 100%, the Vibrance slider is keeping the relationship between the color values so that I'm retaining a lot more detail, and it's just a lot more natural looking effect. The other thing to notice is I can move the Vibrance slider all the way to the left, and I don't actually get a grayscale image. Again, because this is a relative slider, I'm taking out a relative amount of vibrance. So this is an excellent way to get kind of an old-fashioned or a hand-colored look. But if I want to make this pop, I'll just scoot the vibrance over to the right. We can collapse the properties panel. And then don't forget, adjustment layers are really powerful, not only for the effects that they provide, but also because of the ability to mask in and out those adjustments and decrease or increase opacity, as well as the blend mode.